Do you remember the good old days where if you had beef with someone, you'd fire up the PS3 and load up a 1v1 on Rust? Well, I actually don't, because I had Black Ops and we played Nuketown, but it's the same concept. An epic arena to face down your friends or sworn enemies. And since those days, there hasn't really been an equivalent proving ground to test your skills. That is, until now. That's right, the Tommy K 1v1 mod is live on the Steam Workshop for you and I to play, so today we're going to have a bit of a look at it. I do just want to preface this by saying I by no means play multiplayer to be super competitive or sweaty. I'm also not part of Tommy K's community or anything, I don't claim to be. I think that this is something that the game has really needed for a long time, just a competitive game mode for you to be able to go up against your friends in a sort of balanced environment, so that's why I want to have a look through it. But you can see here, it is split up into West and East, and if we select one of these countries, you can see that we have this gigantic map, and the battleground itself with the two nations is right here. So West and East, and you can see it's all pretty much identical. So again, the concept of this, which you can read about on the mod page, it's basically a completely balanced and even environment where the only difference here is the skill level of the player on each team. There's no bonus that you get for like terrain or for having a bigger industry at the start of the game. Both players begin with equal equipment, equal factories, production and everything like that. And the way it works is there's basically this countdown of 2 months before the war will start. So you pretty much have 2 months to prepare. Having looked through, you can see like some of the basic techs have already been researched for you. And if you have a bit of a look as well, all of the techs actually are researched a lot faster as well. Some of them take only 20 days, some of them take like a lot longer. It really is speeding up the game a lot, taking out that prep phase, I guess. You can see here that the focus tree has been cut back quite a lot as well. You've got your like industry over here on the left, which gives you a bunch of different factories and whatnot. You've got your military focus here in the middle, which gives you not only like equipments and divisions, but research bonuses and reduces your production and things like that. And then we've got our Air Force on the right, and again, that's how you can get like new techs, new variants and stuff like that, sort of negating having to research different things. With the production, you start off with 20 mils, so you can pop that on whatever sort of equipment you want at the beginning of the game. At the moment, the Navy isn't introduced, but I did see that they're looking to roll that out in the next patch, which is really cool. You even have a bunch of division templates available at the start of the game as well. So yeah, 7.2s, pretty standard divisions, like most of them are done up. But if you want to change them, you also start off with a bunch of XP for both your army and your air force. All of your doctrines are like there for you to choose which ones you want to spec into. You can go in and do your own Spirit of the Armies and stuff like that. And you also begin with a bunch of generals, and basically they all start at level 1, but they have different like terrain traits and different like unit traits and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really cool. Like you can sort of pick how you're going to specialize. So the other thing I wanted to have a bit of a look at too is just the types of terrain that are here. So there's obviously like a lot of plains, but in between them, you've got like your forests, the urban tiles, like this gigantic city in the middle, which there's going to be huge battles. It's given like Stalingrad vibes. You got like the hills and the mountains and the desert down in the south, and again, like it's all even. So if you want to push into like the enemy territory, it's like you're coming up against the same challenges they would be coming up against. If we look at our supply map, you've only got limited supply hubs, so you're gonna have to pick and choose where you want to build more of them. Even like what have we got here? Like this is all jungle terrain, and then still a city and mountains thrown in there. Like it's, yeah, really well done. Even like some impassable bits around here too. So there's sort of some choke points here. If you really wanted to pull back and just seed the desert, I guess you could do that. You got your swamps around like another city area. So there's a lot of like variation, I think, in how you can play this. Oh, like a big ass lake here. My favorite type of terrain in the game. I think it's quite good how they've set it up, where you can choose if you want to spec into like tanks or your air force. You kind of need to pick and choose and prioritize, because if you choose one thing, you're sacrificing another, and that might be what your enemy decides to go for. I am just thinking of a bunch of silly ways to try and play this, but yeah, I love that we have access to this now. I've seen some of the videos of people like particularly Tommy going through it, and yeah, excited to be able to get my hands on it. Even the spy agency is included in that as well. So if you want extra resources for things, I guess you're going to have to take those regions. All right, so let's see if we can't stomp some AI. Let's just build some mills straight up at the back there so we don't lose them. We'll pop 15 factories on guns, get all of our support stuff working. I think we're going to go into tanks this game. Let's get the relevant traits for that. Let's also go for that. Let's get 10 civs right off the bat, and then maybe the extra construction speed long term. Because if we get the research boosts, we're still going to need to research those techs in the industry tree. So maybe if we just get the civs and that construction speed straight off, we'll be better off. Let's also go mobile warfare and battlefield support. Let's fill out that army, and then let's maybe put 12 divisions down in the south here too. And seeing as we're going to be along this main front, we'll have Zhukov there because he's the urban expert, and then maybe we'll have the Desert Fox down in the south here, whoever that ends up being. You know what? Just for a laugh, let's do heavy tanks. And we have our first spy. Let's pop them behind the front line. We're going to have to take away any planning bonus they get here, and want to kind of mitigate some of their entrenchment. We'll make Eisenhower our field marshal because he has the logistics wizard. Now, I'm also mindful that we're going to need more supply hubs. I think if we pop one there, maybe, that would fill out our supply to the rest of the front. And I did see there is also a focus, the logistics drive, which gets us a construction boost to that. Look at that. Start off with a not terrible variant to begin with as well. Oh, that cast armor. Don't know about that. Let's see what we can do with this. You can see the AI is still exercising along the front, even though the war starts in like a week, and I've stopped my troops. And I think I'm gonna just take advantage of them like that, actually. Even looking at like the government and everything, there's only one conscription law, one trade law, one economy law. You've got a few of these guys. Yeah, so there's still like designers and stuff. Extra speed for our armor. I really enjoy that. What else we got? Tank production gets us more that reduces production cost? Oh, that is so good. All right, war is about to start. Let's go. All right, war has kicked off, and let's just... Why are these guys? Oh, their order has gone. Wait, why can they not attack? There we go. And I'm pretty sure the Soviets were still exercising right up until the last second there. And I've also realized I forgot to connect my supply hub. Ah, classic. Silly me. I'm pretty happy with this tank design. I mean, look, it's not great, but, you know, we are playing against AI, so I think it's going to do its job. Oh, we've got a nice little encirclement up here. I've had to stop the attack in the south, though, because... Oh, actually... Take that back. We'll be able to encircle them here. There's no supply. We're going to have to capture some supply hubs or something. Oh, just like we have right here. I had to build a supply hub down here in the bloody desert, and we finally have supply. So maybe we can kill this little pocket we've got here now. I think we just about have it. Yep, there we go. It also costs nothing to edit your divisions. That is so good. The starting division templates were chewing up a bit too much of my equipment and everything, so I had to change it to something like this. This is what my armor division kind of looks like, which I'll hopefully grow to be a little bit larger later on. Got a few of them on the way though, so they should definitely be able to make a bit of a dent now I've got some of these to use. You know it's general pattern. It's got to be general pattern. The question is, where is our best avenue to get an encirclement? And I actually think it's going to be around here. Alright, general pattern, time to push. Oh, they literally can't stop us. Alright, let's pin. Oh, we have pinned them. Let's go, baby. There was only 2 divisions in there, but you know what? 2 divisions is better than... Oh no, there was a... they were just hidden. You know what tanks are famously effective at? Crossing rivers and pushing through jungles. And that's what we're using them for. And more of them encircled. I'm really enjoying that this is so, like, micro-intensive, if you know what I mean. Let's just full attack along the whole front. The whole setup here just lends itself to chasing encirclements, and I fucking love it. Except when it happens to me. That's my least favorite kind of encirclement. I think we could probably just 5-speed this and let it play itself out. Hey, there we go. You know what? We're going to take pretty much everything, and just for fun, let's set up a little puppet up in the corner here. Fantastic. Very nice. Obviously, AI isn't necessarily a challenge, but I'm keen to put this to test against some human beings. But in any case, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll pop a link to the mod in the description so you can download it and try it out for yourself. Also, please like and subscribe to the video. It really helps me out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and why not check out my Hoi 4 playlist, which will be on the screen sort of around now. It'll be on the end screen on the outro. Yeah, go check that out and have a watch. Thank you.